This is Kat with the Day in the Life of Kat podcast. I am a spinner, knitter. I like to dye some things. I'm a soap maker, wood turner. Not very good, but learning on just about everything. Learning to weave. I just do a lot of different things. My favorite thing is soaping and spinning yarn and doing the fibers all to do all of that. I just like colors and combinations and see how things turn out. Anyway, I'm going to be starting this podcast today. This is my second podcast. It is the 19th of March, and I just kind of wing things. I'm a little ADD. Even if I had notes, I'm not going to follow them. I'm not going to look at them. I can't see anyway. I took my glasses off because they glare with the light, and I can't get an eye doctor to prescribe me any bifocal contact lenses because apparently only 10% of the population will be able to wear them, and I'm one of those 10%, and they get mad at me. Last eye doctor actually said, "What am I, just a doctor?" And I'm like, well, okay, this will be my last time here. So I need to find a new eye doctor that fits in with my insurance, which is always fun. Anyway, what's been going on here? It's been 2 weeks and a few days. Sorry, my kitty's a blooper. Please don't attack the wasp. I don't know what's up with wasps this year. They're like getting in the house, and so if I suddenly scream and run, it's because one probably dive bombed me. And then the cats would probably jump on me because they're trying to get the wasp. I am going to start with, let's start with works in progress. I have the one thing that started me on this entire fiber journey. And I found it, and I'd restarted the original thing that started me. I got some yarn, and I picked up one of these looms. And it's just a knitting loom. And this is how I made my first hats and scarves. People are fascinated by looking at them. And they are just great for people trying to learn how to do things. Anyway, this has been probably sitting out in my garage for a year. I finally found the bag with it in. My husband's a cleaner. And so things end up getting put in garages and closets, and as I go through and I find things, I restart them. Anyway, this is just some hooks and loops, or loops and something yarn. I don't have the wrapper for it. This is a scarf I knit out of it. So that's going to make a wonderful Christmas gift. I'm already on my way. Kind of exciting. Anyway, so here's the hat that's in the work in progress. I'll probably show it finished next time. I have something I'm also working on. I go to a Friday morning knit group. I've just started the last few weeks at Panera Breads in Tyler, Texas. And I can't really do a whole lot because we talk. So I was trying to do something simple, and I've gotten something started. It's called Shrug This. It's on Ravelry. Yeah, that looks kind of boring, but I've never done a shrug before. I've never done a lot of things before. So I'm starting out with some acrylic yarn I've had in my stash. It's a worsted weight, and it's impeccable. Probably got it at Michael's or Joann's or somewhere like that. Hobby Lobby, those are our three places. Walmart. Impeccable yarn. It's got 192 yards. It is a worsted, so it's a medium 4. And the colorway is Earth. It's a little bit of a variegation to it. And so I'm going to make a shrug. It doesn't take a lot. Apparently it only had one size on it, so we'll see who it fits. That's who's going to get it. It takes about 153 yards or 159 yards, something like that. So this will be a nice short-term project. Also, I had just freed up these needles. These are just Boyne needles from, you know, one of the big box stores. I had a project on my needles since 2016. It's a finished object. And I'll just go ahead and show this one. Like I said, ADD. This is a little poncho I'd started. My phone had died, taking every pattern I had on it and all my stitching. And so I didn't even know what row I was on. So from 2016, I remembered that for the poncho I was going to make, it needed to be 16 inches to 20 inches. I think it was 16 for the one I was making it for. And so I didn't know how to edge it. I didn't have the pattern. I just tried to remember what I was doing. And then I crocheted a little border. I still have to weave in the ends. I crocheted a little border, and it's the same color, or it's in the same skein of yarn as up here, but it was variegated throughout it, and I didn't even realize it variegated. I thought it was just that one tone, that tonal, but apparently it's all different kinds of colors. So anyway, this is homespun yarn. I believe charcoal, and I don't even know what this one was. I don't have the little packaging for it either. Anyway, so now I have 1.5 presents, or 3/4 of a present for Christmas already, just from stuff that I never finished before. Another work in progress that's going to be a frog. I started this back in that whole time period with the phone that killed everything. I was going to make my first socks, and I don't know what this is. I know it's 100 grams because I weighed it. It's a fingerling sock weight yarn. Very pretty. It's going to have incredible variegation in it and stripes. Kind of excited about it. But this is going to be destined to be restarted. I have no idea where I'm at. It's just not. It's just going to be easier to restart. So, for the people out here that just get excited or afraid of pulling out things, look at that. There it goes. I'm going to frog it. Look at that. I'm going to rewind this. I'm just going to let it go. As the song from Frozen is going in my head. Let it go. Pretty, pretty, pretties. I'm going to have to rewind. That's okay. I have a ball winder. It's a Boyne one, and it's not the super fancy kinds, but it's electric, and it works just well for what I do. So just pulling through. Does anybody have any projects that you have to frog out? It took me a lot longer to knit this than it did to pull on it. It's kind of sad. It took me a long time to do that. So, just going. Sad. It was so pretty. I like short socks. Well, I guess I must have broke something there. Okay. And we're almost done. So I've accomplished something this morning. Gonna pull that sucker right out. Okay. Ta-da. Ta-done. Now I don't have that whip of shame looking me in the face. Now I've got yarn barf. It's really pretty though. And so those will be started over. They're very well destined to be socks. Little jump, I have the fiber bats that I showed last time. I've combined two different bats that kind of have the same characteristics. And I'm going to make a fine thread with it. Got my spinolution going here. And so I'm not sure you can even see what. You probably can't. But it's just going to be a thin thread. I'm going to try to probably triple ply it. Maybe chain ply and see how it turns out. I have some things in mind for it, but until I finish it, I'm not going to really know for sure how strong. And now that I can start spinning a little faster because of the surgery, I'm starting to heal a lot more. I have, let's see, what's the next whip? Okay. This is the sprig. I keep calling it spring. It's sprig kolache. Yay, dyslexia. Anyway, I'm working on that. Has lots of cables and it had fall tones, and I thought that this this yarn that I had left over from the Jody shawl I did would be the perfect complement to the hat, and then I can wear it with my shawl. So sprig, it has 10% cashmere in it, so it has a little bit of a halo. Everything's probably blurry again. I'm really working on it. I tried to reprogram my camera. Another work in progress. These are my English combs. I call them the Wolverines. They can be a weapon if needed. And hopefully I don't use them on myself and get scraped up all the time. Which I don't. I do pretty well with them. So, English combs. This is Rambouillet, however you want to pronounce it. Or however it really is pronounced. I'm not sure. I keep getting it wrong. I've been working on a fleece for a while. I keep finding it in different places, and then I start working on it again. And I've so far got these nests made from it. I've washed it, and it's so soft and smushy. It's destined to be a sweater at some point for me. I have some stash acquisition, and I have these planned. I went to Michael's, had a coupon, things were on sale, so I got enough of the Simply Soft yarn to make a t-shirt sweater out of. This is Texas, so it needed to be it's more of a v-neck, and it has a asymmetrical hemline on it. I thought it would be really pretty. So I haven't bought the pattern yet. I'm going to be working into that, but I'm kind of frugal. So I bought the yarn this time, so with the next paycheck I'll buy the couple of patterns. Our company's going through a buyout that I work with as a nurse, and so everything's kind of unstable, so I'm kind of holding tight to everything I've got right now because I don't know what my future's going to hold. I think it'll be okay, so I'm pretty certain it will be, but you just never know with these buyouts. And since I've been a nurse since '99, I'm kind of up at the upper tiers, so usually we're the first ones to go, unfortunately. But anyway, so each one of these is 6 ounces, and it's got 315 yards on it. I got these on sale with coupons, everything else for $2 a piece. So that was exciting. And I do have enough to make a sweater. And then that's a worsted weight. Then I've got this light fingering weight. Wool-like. It's in a really pretty purple. Color is just purple. I have enough of these to make the easy one by Hohi. I think I pronounced her name correct. She's the one that did the Jody shawl. And so the easy one sounds easy. So I'm going to start with that one being my first sweater, full size sweater. Probably going to start with the tank top kind of sweater first to get used to all of that. And then I was at the knit group with the women and I saw Mandela by Lion Brand yarn. It's a DK weight-ish, so it's a 3 on the scale. And I'm not really sure what I'm going to make with it. It's probably going to be a shawl of some sort. But I've got 2 of those in a couple different colorways. They're 590 yards a piece. Just to prove I'm not a yarn snob, I do like, I'm not going to lie, I do like making my own yarn and knitting from it. It gives me a lot more pleasure. But these are a lot better, easier care. This colorway, I've got one colorway, it's called Wood Nymph, and then the other colorway is called Unicorn. So, Wood Nymph and Unicorn. I have another finished object. I'm just going to put it on, leave it on, because it's going to mess up my hair as I go. I love it. I'm still working on the mitts to go with it. So fun. I'm not going to add a pom-pom to it. I'm not really a pom-pom kind of girl. This was just, I have it in my projects on Ravelry. I'm Cat's Creations 13 on Ravelry. And love it. It's fun. Okay. I am going to be I make these cute spindles, support spindles. They're made out of drawer pulls and just 1/8 inch metal rod, metal dowel, and some epoxy and some jewelry wire, the heavier weight jewelry wire for the hook. I'm going to be making a lot of these. I have a special thing that's going to be going on. I'm trying to wrap my head around it. I'm going to be starting a project and it's going to kind of be a secret until I get it completed. So that's going to eat up a lot of my time in the next several months. I'm going to be creating more, making more spindles, quite a few more spindles. I'm going to be using my Wolverines, and I've teamed up with Jake Valentine on Dirty Fleece, Dirt Cheap, and on Facebook. And we've paired up as a team, and his request was he's going to send me fiber. Yep, dirty fiber. And I am going to create something for charity. So me and my go big or go home idea, I tend to get a little carried away with things, and apparently he does too, so we make a great fit. And so I've got this whole project lined up that is going to take crazy amounts of time, and he's sending me crazy amounts of fiber, and I've got to figure out how to get it all cleaned and do all that in the process. And I'm a very slow knitter. So anyway, I just hope I don't do Jake wrong, and we can get our entire projects finished in time by the deadline, which I believe is June. So it goes from April to June. So I should be getting my fleece today or tomorrow. And I've got to team up with another place, and we're going to work together, and it is going to a charity. The charity is called Sunshine Lighthouse Ministries, and it is it works with women that are going through drug addictions, and it's had a very good success rate. It's just a wonderful thing to support. And so if you're curious, Sunshine Lighthouse Ministries, look it up. It's SONSHINE Lighthouse Ministries. They have fiber program, or they have arts programs, and so we may be teaming. Not 100% sure on that yet, but looking into it. So anyway, I think that is about all I have. It sounds like I haven't done anything in 2 weeks, but I really have. I've been spending more and getting this fiber prepped and starting some new things, and I've acquired a few skeins of yarn that I didn't have before. And mainly over the weekend we had family get-togethers. My mother-in-law's birthday's on the 16th. My sister's birthday's on the 16th, and I still need to get with her because our schedules totally are opposite. I'm nights, she's night evenings. Hers is horrible. She works 10-hour days, like 5 days a week, depending on the weather, because she works for FEMA. So it's really tough for her. And gosh, my middle daughter's birthday is tomorrow. I got together with my oldest daughter and my son, over at my mother-in-law's house on Friday. So had my grandkids yesterday morning. We've had a lot of stuff going on, and so it's always exciting to get them all together. And we just had a good time. So this week, and then I hope to next Friday record again. This is Monday today, so I've got a little off track because of everything, but anyway, that's kind of where we're going. So I do the knit days on Fridays. Sometimes every other week I get off of work and I go straight there pretty much. I'll come home, maybe get some caffeine and go to the knit day, and sometimes I'm there till noon or 1, so I come home and I'm just like knocked out. And every other week I'm off the night before, so that's really nice. But I usually I don't switch around a lot, so most of the time I'm just up all night long anyway, except for last night, and then I have to go back to work tonight, so it threw me all off. I'm probably going to be up for 24 hours by the time I get home in the morning. Anyway, I guess I'm about done. If you have any questions about anything I'm doing, I'm really learning everything about the knitting. I'm a lot better spinner than I am a knitter, and I'm a lot better soap maker than I am most other things. And I'll try to incorporate more of the other stuff into my podcast as well. I don't know how much the knitters are going to be enjoying that, but I also have soaping friends, so I want to incorporate as many people as I can to enjoy, just everything I do. My wood turning friends, and eventually, who knows what else, pottery and underwater basket weaving. So we're just going to call this one done. I'm going to upload it. I'm not really going to edit it a lot. Just get it done, and I'm going to probably go to sleep. Hopefully I'll be able to fall asleep. That's it. This is Kat, A Day in the Life of Kat podcast. Thanks for visiting me. Try to come back again in 2 weeks. I appreciate it. Anybody who wants to subscribe, that would be awesome. Anybody that wants to like, comment, I'd appreciate. Share, feel free. We'll get in. We'll do a lot more stuff. Thank you. Bye.